Imagine this. You wake up to a notification on your phone alerting you that your car is low on battery. But it's not any car. It's one of those awkwardly designed ones that you've just purchased from a random Chinese company that pumps out electric cars in bulk. With gas-powered cars now being regulated out of existence, this seems to be the new tactic for these companies. You bought this car not because you wanted to, but because there wasn't a choice. The days of choosing a gas car are completely gone, and now you're left with this soulless machine. A lot of people are starting to question if electric cars are really as eco-friendly as they seem. EVs definitely produce less pollution while driving, but there's more to the story when you look at how they're made and what happens to them after they're used. Making the batteries for electric cars takes a huge amount of energy. To build them, materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel have to be mined from the earth. These mining processes can harm the environment, polluting water, damaging land, and destroying wildlife habitats. In some places, they've even caused social and human rights issues. Another issue is where the electricity to charge EVs comes from. Then the environmental benefits of driving an EV shrink a lot. On the other hand, if the electricity comes from clean energy, like solar or wind power, EVs are much better for the planet. But not all parts of the world have access to clean energy. Then there's the problem of what happens when the batteries stop working. Right now, recycling these batteries is difficult, and many end up in landfills, which can leak harmful chemicals into the ground. This could become a big environmental problem in the future. Many people believe that switching to electric cars can help reduce pollution, but we need to look at the whole picture, from making them to powering them to disposing of them. They argue that if we rush into this phase without careful planning, we might end up creating new problems even as we try to solve existing ones. On top of that, almost everyone just simply dislikes electric cars altogether, with the majority of individuals still preferring the familiarity, convenience, and performance of gas-powered vehicles. You see, the push to get rid of gas-powered vehicles isn't just a challenge for consumers, it's shaking up the entire automotive industry. Car companies are under massive pressure to adapt, and for them, it's not just about creating new cars. They have to completely redesign how they build vehicles, invest billions into EV technology, and even rethink their factories. For smaller car makers, this shift could be devastating. And even the big players like Ford and Volkswagen are taking enormous risks to meet government mandates. If they fail to hit those targets, they could face crippling fines. And let's not forget the domino effect this has on other industries. Think about all the gas stations, oil companies, and auto repair shops that rely on gas-powered cars to stay in business. With electric cars requiring far less maintenance, no oil changes, no engine repairs, millions of workers could be out of a job. The same goes for countries whose economies depend on oil exports. As demand for fossil fuels drops, some nations could face economic collapse. But here's the other side of the story. This transition isn't all doom and gloom. It's also creating new opportunities. Jobs in battery production, renewable energy, and EV infrastructure are popping up, and entire economies are pivoting toward clean energy. You see, the countries and companies that invest in this shift early might just dominate the global economy in the future. Still, it's a massive gamble. The industries we've relied on for over a century are being disrupted at a breakneck pace, and it's hard to predict what the long-term effects will be. Are we paving the way for a greener, more sustainable future, or are we rushing into economic chaos? You see, this shift to electric cars is happening, whether we like it or not. But that doesn't mean we're all just going to sit back and accept it without a fight. Some individuals are embracing the change, welcoming the idea of cleaner air and lower maintenance costs. For these people, EVs offer a chance to be part of a larger movement towards sustainability. But not everyone feels the same. For many, the thought of being forced into a world without gasoline cars is frustrating. They don't want to give up their vehicles and the freedom that comes with them. This is where things get heated. Some are organizing to resist the push toward electric cars, lobbying to delay mandates and keep their options open. Yet, here's the catch. If this resistance gains momentum, it could slow down the transition and affect the future of our planet. On the other hand, embracing this change could open doors to a cleaner, more sustainable world, despite the challenges. So what's it gonna be? Will you roll with the changes, embrace the electric future, or will you stand your ground fighting to keep your gas-powered freedom alive? The world is shifting, and we're all part of it whether we like it or not. But here's the truth. This is bigger than just cars. It's about the kind of future we want to live in. The choices we make today will echo in the world we leave behind tomorrow. If you have your own firm opinions on this whole electric car revolution, don't just sit there. Drop a comment and let's hear what you think. And hey, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on the latest news in the automotive industry.